Dear fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests. I'm very pleased to see all of you here at 259th meeting of our wonderful Toastbusters Club. And for those of you who do not know, being a Toastmasters means to be a part of worldwide organizations, which in the meantime unites about 400,000 club members in 143 countries. So we are a worldwide organization. And being a member of one club, you can easily travel all over the world and join any other clubs for the meetings. And for those of you who do not know what we are doing here, we are practicing our public speaking skills and developing our leadership skills. And following the best tradition of our club, I would like to invite here the newcomers. Do we have any? Please raise your hands. Stepan, please come to the stage and briefly tell us about yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Stepan. I'm here for the first time, but still I'm already a member of the Toastmaster community. I'm a member of Club World Surface, and I'm pleased to be here to be how to say participant in your event, and I really glad to meet you all and to make a new friendship. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please don't leave, Stepan, because now I would like to invite here a host of the meeting tonight, and it is surprisingly Stepan, the Toastmaster for tonight. The stage is yours.
Yeah, great. So, as you know, today's topic is learning by teaching, and I would like to share my thoughts on this theme. Have you taught someone a topic that you don't know yourself? Have you thought about this? But I made this challenge recently, and earlier I thought that I need to obtain a lot of skills. I need to learn a lot of things just for my personal development. And I didn't care about knowledge of other people. I didn't want to waste my time. I didn't think that I could teach someone. But not so long ago, I got an opportunity to become a business trainer in my company. And I thought, why not? Maybe I like it. And I submitted my application. I passed an interview. And last Monday, I had my first business training with my colleagues. And it was the test before the start of the educational program, but still, I have already felt what it is to be a trainer. And the main thing that I noticed is that you don't need to be an expert in some field that you want to teach. You want to train people. You can study it with your students together. We can teach people things that we want to learn, or we just learn ourselves. And the best thing that I remember for myself is that to understand things better, the way to understand things better is to explain this to someone else. This is my first role for this activity, like being business trainer. And for today's meeting, I would like to remind you the structure of the event. The first thing, the first part will be prepared speeches, where people just will share with us their experience and their stories. After that, we will have impromptu round, table topics session, where you can try yourself in public speaking on feet. And the third part is evaluation session, when the personal evaluator will give reports on prepared speeches, and the general evaluator will give feedback on the whole meeting. And now I'd like to invite to the stage our our special participant who will provide us thought of the day. And welcome on stage, Pyzhlakov.
Hello, can you hear me? Close enough to the microphone? Oh, perfect. Actually, it seems to me that I need to update my speech, take into account actually what I just said, but I will try to do it on the go. We learn while the speech, and this phrase comes from the ancient Roman philosopher Seneca some 2000 years ago, and very much welcomed by the modern educational concepts. Indeed, you know, on contrast to the, as I remember, Soviet style phrase that repetition is the mother of learning, you know, teaching others kind of helps you not to just remember the things actually by repeating, but to understand the concept, you know, deepen your knowledge. But the question here is it that good as it sounds? So it kind of sounds very simple. You just teach other people some things, talk to them, and you kind of educate yourself. To me, actually, it seems to me that we concentrate here on just one part, on the person who teach. Maybe for him, it's kind of good, but what's about another part, people who are being taught? And just today, I saw the news that some blogger actually deceived a number of people. He proposed a course on how to attract the internet traffic, collected the money, and disappeared. So no knowledge, no money. And this case is not unique. So it happens even with the big organization like, you know, Skill Factory, some other courses in IT. People are not happy with what they get, and they demand the money back because the level of education is very, very low. And as you know, there are a lot of other kind of examples. There are such kind of teachers. They have just some random knowledge, if any at all. Yeah, and there are so many of them that we even have a job. And one specialist in the economy asked another one, "Do you understand what's happening on the markets?" He says, "Oh, I can explain you." No, I can explain myself, but do you really understand? So the point is that people teaching the things that they not deeply understand, so they just know what to sell, how to sell it, and what to say. And I think that we need to, we should agree on newcomers. We actually should agree that teaching is a good method of learning, yeah, but it cannot be the first. You need to get some knowledge to share, and this is how you enrich yourself, you enrich the other people. And I want to propose the thought of the day is that teach what you know, yeah, be kind of honest, because otherwise it's not teaching, it's cheating.
So thought-provoking. Thank you very much. And now we will have next our trainer who will teach us to keep our time and set it. Please welcome on stage our timer, Pavel Novak.
I'm timer today now, and I have a color card like this. It's a green card, and I show up this card when your speech depends during 5 minutes, and or as your evaluator will be 2 minutes. Other color is yellow, I show up it when in the speech. During your speech in 6 minutes, or your evaluator speech is 2.5 minutes. And last color is red when your speech take a full time of your speech. And for prepared speeches, it's commonly show up in 7 minutes, but for Martino's speech, I think I will show up, it's cut in 12 minutes. So, and I want to say some other words about time. We know that time is a really important thing for all of us. And I remember one episode of my life when I was a teenager. My teacher of mathematics told us, dear friends, from year to year, you will feel how your daytime are decreased. Don't forget about it. So it's mean that when we are staying elder, time for us are
priceless.
Right. Yeah. Fast and fast. And let's try to correct this mistake for current session of Toastmasters.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we are ready.
Mr. Toastmaster, I just interrupt for a point of information. My project for change on the agenda, just to let Pavel know, my project is changed to reading a report instead of doing a 5 to 7 minute speech. So my report is to be within 2 to 3 minutes. So I'll need the green showing at 2 minutes, yellow at 2.5, and red at 3 minutes, please.
Okay, Myles, we will notice it and we will
Thank you.
pay attention to the time of your speech. And now we begin our first part of our meeting is prepared speech. And the first speaker is Martino. He will present the performed speech on the topic, the Millionaire FASTLANE, the project of the path of called Master Leadership and Motivational Speech, Level 3, Dynamic Leadership. Please welcome on virtual stage, Martino.
Hi guys, good evening everyone. Can you see me and hear me well? Can I see the audience? The live audience. Is it possible? Fantastic. Otherwise I feel like I'm talking to myself.
We hear you.
Can you hear me well, Ala?
Yes, I hear you well.
Super, fantastic. All right, guys. Good evening, everyone. I wish I was there with you. My speech tonight is about one book that I literally read, and to me, this is the best business book that I ever read. And I hope that I motivate you to read it, and you can share your opinion with me. So this book is called The Millionaire FASTLANE, and it's about how fast you can get wealthy, right? So how fast you can get rich. And it's the author of the book is called M.J. DiMarco. He's American, who got who's a millionaire, first of all. So basically, it's not a scam. Somehow, it's not someone who preaches, you know, like the millionaire type of talks, but he's a millionaire. Is sharing his experiences. What he says basically that you can you can get wealthy, you can become a millionaire in 3 different ways, following 3 different paths. And there is the sidewalk, the slow lane, and the fast lane. Okay. And it's all about basically on the decision that we make and the mindset that we have in those lanes. The sidewalk, people who walk the sidewalk are usually those people that they live day by day. They live paycheck by paycheck. But not only that, there are people that usually have very poor finance management. They tend usually to overspend. The mentality is like, okay, I earn a lot, I worked hard, and I deserve to spend all this money. I take a loan, you know, that's okay. I will eventually work a bit more to repay the loan. Yeah. But it's not just about the normal work. It's, as I said, it's about the mindset. You can find in this category also people such as, you know, millionaires, right? You can find the football player, you can find the rock star, you can find anyone, you know, it just got rich, but it's very poor finance management, right? And so they got rich very quickly, or just because of they have special talent, as I said, football player, or, you know, it's easy to hear about people that they from time to time hear of people that like football player, rock star, some then they got bankrupt, right? Or you hear about the person who won the lottery, or you won at the casino that, you know, just in 6 months they squander all the money. Okay, so it's really like just about the mindset, and, you know, have the plan for the future. And these people, they usually don't plan for the future. These people usually think that it's getting wealthy, getting rich is just about a single event. It's not about hardworking, planning, creating something that is going to affect the life of millions of people, right? If you affect the life of millions of people, you become millionaire. Yeah, for the simple, without thinking about getting money. So I'm speaking as MJ, I'm not speaking as myself because I'm not a millionaire, guys, right? So the second lane is walked by the slow laners. The slow laners are typically are, for instance, graduated, they have a good education, who decide to trade their wealth, their time for wealth. You decide to trade 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for 40 years for the future wealth, right? That they're gonna reach maybe when they're 55, 60, or 65, whenever. The problem with this approach is that on the way, first of all, they try to spend or save as much as possible for the future plan. The problem with this, and that the other identify with this approach, is that they have little control over that, right? Imagine, on the way, in these 30, 40 years, anything can happen. It can, you know, you can get a market crash, you can get house crash, you can get laid off, you can get a separation, divorce, anything. And basically, whatever it happens can jeopardize your plan, yeah, of getting rich or getting wealthy, right? So, and the thing is that if you think about it, they trade again. They trade the time for the time for money, yeah. But even though the plan works, they may be gonna get to 60, 65, and at that age probably are gonna be too old to enjoy the wealth, right? So now we got to the fast lane path. The fast lane path is basically of the creators or of the people who spend. It's not about scamming. It's not about scamming. It's not about creating a scam that is gonna scam. You know, they're short-lived, right? So you create the scam, and nowadays with the social network, with all the technology that we have, they short-lived because people get to know about it, right? So you create a scam, you make some money, but you're never gonna get rich because it's people gonna get to know about that. It's about the tip of the iceberg in this category. For instance, the Jeff Bezos, Amazon, or the people who created Microsoft, all the Tesla, Elon Musk. But here we're talking about billionaires, really the tip of the iceberg, right? So the tip of, and you become billionaires because basically the equation is simple. You multiply magnitude, right? Magnitude, they sell product that they cost $1,000, and scale. They sell it to millions of people. That create billionaires. They become billionaires. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that much. Imagine you just create a product, a service that is going to affect positively, that's going to create value, right? And it's going to affect, imagine you create a product that costs 5 euros, 10 euros, a service that is going to affect 1 million of people. Can someone count how much is that? It's a wake-up call to see if you're still awakened.
How much for?
5 times 1 million.
5 million?
5 million. There you go. Good. I see. And so, right. So it basically says, all right, that's easy, right? It's theory. It's just easy said. Yeah. One more question for you guys. You know how much time people spend on TV on their lifetime? Anyone knows?
No.
9,000 hours.
A lot.
Of watching TV, not counting social network or chit-chatting, useful chit-chat with people that they probably gonna disappear someday and they not gonna take care of you. Useless things. Imagine if it says basically, all right, everyone is busy, everyone is family, everyone is work, everyone is we have tons of excuses, right? But successful people who walked the fast lane, they just didn't find a excuse. You think that Elon Musk or all these people that became millionaires, it was easy for them. They worked day and night, weekends to create the product, the service that really would change the life of millions, right? Or for instance, I don't know if I'm not sure you heard the story of Dyson, the one that makes vacuum cleaners. He's not, believe it or not, he's not an engineer. He's not an engineer. You know what he wanted to do? He basically had a problem with the sucking of the vacuum cleaner, right? His vacuum cleaner was sucking badly, yeah? It couldn't resolve the problem because every vacuum cleaner, after 2 years was wearing out, and it wasn't sucking well. He went to his garage, he's dissected completely the vacuum cleaner, yeah? And in a few years, he found a way to create a vacuum cleaner that keep on sucking. He create value. If you buy a Dyson vacuum cleaner nowadays, it's gonna last ages. Like an Apple book, ProBook or iPhone, it costs a lot, right? But it has value. So this being said, I think, okay, I'm always almost at the top of the hour. So I could talk for 20 minutes probably about this topic. But in a nutshell, if we he explained exactly what, you know, how you could get wealthy, right? It's not easy. It's not it's not an easy path, but you know, great achievement. You can get them through unbelievable efforts. Yeah, only through that. I never seen someone who got great results doing the easy things. And never anyone. Could be a scam, right? Yeah, obviously. Yeah, there are many scammers nowadays. You open the internet, there are many scammers. But people who get to the end, they usually are the one they do the hard work. They have a planning, and they create a process. They create a process, right? And the main thing is, their main mindset is to help the others, because if you think just about the money, you're never going to do anything, right? So this being said, I thank you so much for listening to me. I hope you read the book. I really enjoyed it, and it's to me this book is actually a Bible to me now, in a sense, because all the things that I read before, they kind of, yeah, they just shit around the bushes, but they don't really go to they don't really go to the bottom of the things. They just say, yeah, it's easy, yeah, do this, you that, do this or that. It doesn't tell you what exactly you need to do, but it tells you that you need to change your mindset. You need to do with your heart, and you need to do it to help other people. Yeah, and try to do it, and it's not gonna be easy. You're gonna fail 1, 2, 3 times, but keep on doing it, and you will make it. Thank you.
Thank you, Martino, for such an amazing speech. Okay. So, and our next speaker, who will present the project on the topic focus on the positive level 3 visionary communication path, and the project addresses strategies for improving personal interactions by understanding the impact of your attitudes and thoughts. And the title of the project, G.A.M.E. Game On, and the presenter is Myles. Welcome.
Privet. Okay, Donatata. Hello and greetings from Niatawasi, a land that traverses both Canada and the northern United States. This is a project, as said, for level 3, focus on the positive, and I'm reading a report, which is a little different. The purpose of the project is to record my moods and interactions with people in a diary. The purpose for this is to reveal how our mood will have an impact on others. It demonstrates that even with conflict and mistakes, there will be learning, and even negative experiences provide something to be grateful for. I've written down the dates, events, and names of people I've interacted with since June 9th up until July 5th. This report presents some of the challenging moments of the past month without any details. However, it does present some of the gifts I received. An attitude of gratitude for these experiences will help me become a better communicator and leader. Attitude is a piece of prose by a pastor named Chuck Swindoll. He is still alive. He was born in 1934. And in his famous prose titled Attitude, Swindoll begins with, quote, "The longer I live, the more I realize the impact on life of my attitude." And he concludes, the only thing we can do is play on the string we have, and that is our attitude. So some selected dates out of my diary. Thursday, June 9th, my other Toastmasters Club, Cranston Communicators, asked me to join their executive committee. And in my initial enthusiasm, I came up with the idea of game on, which means like, let's go, let's do it. But it stands for G, governance, A, administration, M, management, and E, excellence. In the end, I did not stand for election. I'm going to focus on you, my Toastbuster friends. Now, Wednesday, June 29th, I was blessed to be in a meeting with Elder Casey Eagle Speaker of the Kainai First Nation. And I was able to ask Elder Casey to explain the Niitsitapi word akomin, which, if you recall, I used in my last speech and defined it as their word for love. Now I know, having talked to Elder Casey, that more specifically, akomin is defined as a lifelong relationship between any two people. It's a sacred friendship to be in service to one another that is unbreakable. Now, finally, July 4th and July 5th, I was working with another group who are involved in training, and they use this acronym, DICE, and it stands for diversity, inclusion, connections, and equity. And I learned that these words are actually triggering to some people. In other words, they're very controversial. We're back to that word polemics, believe it or not, even for words like diversity and equity. Finally, July 3rd, I had a wonderful chat with Natalie when I'm part of the random cup of coffee conversations organized by Toastmasters District 108. So my Toastbuster friends, thank you for having your confidence in me to be your Vice President of Public Relations. I'm learning about social media, Instagram, Facebook, using graphics program Canva and the Toastmasters brand manual. So let's use our helping heads, our helping hearts and hands together with an attitude of gratitude, and we'll roll the dice, and it's game on. Mr. Toastmaster.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Myles. Now we learned what is the power of your attitude. Thank you very much. But now I think that we are waiting for the next speaker, and maybe we can make a break.
We can make a break or some.
No?
Let's go to first.
We don't have a speaker now, but she is on the go now. Yeah, couple of minutes and we will proceed. So I think that we can change the time of the break and just now make a gap, yeah, in our event. So now we have around how much?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. 10 minutes break, and then we will proceed. Purpose. Level 1, effective coaching practice. The purpose of this project is to learn and review basic methods of writing a speech with defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Welcome on stage, I'm Anna Gonzales.
Hello, dear Toastmasters. So my name is Anna, and I would like to ask you the following question. Do you feel that change is possible in a person, that you can change with time?
Sure.
Yeah? Do you think I just want to have a yes/no answer, sorry. Do you feel that you have changed in the last few years? From where, how old are you now? Okay, 5 years ago, can you say, or could you say that you have feel like you have somehow evolved as a person? Yes? So change is possible, right? For whom change is possible? I will say that only it is possible to change and to be different and to be better only if you want to do the work. Only if you want to be better, you can be better. But if you feel that the way you are right now is the way that you should be, that there is no other way to change, that it's too difficult to be different, then of course, you won't change. You will be the same person, right? I want to ask you if you have ever heard the phrase, which is very popular in my country, in the States as well. Tell me who your friends are, and I will tell you who you are. Have you heard that phrase? Is it possible? It's also popular here in Russia. It is popular, right? It's all, yeah. So tell me who you are, and I will tell you who. Tell me who are your friends, and I will tell you who you are. And I mentioned this because over time I have experienced change. I have wished and want and strive for change, and I have gained some of that over time. All of us who are here understand, in my opinion, of course, maybe I'm wrong, but I understand that most of us are here because we want to be better public speakers. We want to be better at communicating. We want to understand ourselves better. And that's why we are here. We give speeches. We accept feedback, which is very hard for some people. We accept, sometimes tolerate feedback because feedback can be harsh or can be soft. We don't know. But the fact that we are here willing to take that shows our willingness to change. As we continue growing as people, it doesn't matter how old you are, whether you're old or young, or you're super old, or just an adult, a regular adult, like most of us who are here. You could be 50, 60, and you can still change if you want to. It will be a bit harder, of course, but it's possible. During my time in my own process, my personal process, I have feel that as I move forward, some people in my life who I have loved, who I have appreciated, who have been very important part of my life, somehow they are falling behind. You think and you feel, or I feel, that some of these people are not growing with me, or we are falling apart, which is a good way to break up with someone. You're falling apart because you're changing. And as you change, maybe some of your friends don't want to change, or your family members, but you are, and you can see the difference. Could be in topic of conversation, interest, how positive you are towards any issue. So that brings to mind, to myself and my own experience, to see, and I have feel guilty about letting these people behind. Have you ever felt guilty about that? Leaving someone that you have grown with, who is your friend from school, and then suddenly you realize that you are now a professional, that you are now an entrepreneur, I don't know, you are trying to do so many things, and your friends remain somehow positive, negative, and they don't want to understand why they are so unlucky and why you are so lucky. And you can feel this negative vibe and this negative energy. And it is sad. I have felt guilty myself. And I have tried to bring them together in my tree throughout my life. And I have tried to bring them together and try to give them the tools to be better. And I say, hey, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? Let me help you. I have tried to find them jobs. I have tried to find them with many offers. I can say, hey, you can come and live for free in my house if you want. It doesn't matter. You can come from all around the world and come here and you can do it. I can help you. But still, too afraid, to worry about what if. So there is a point in which you cannot help anymore, whoever who doesn't want to be helped. And in that moment, you need to realize and understand. And you need to make this conscious decision, say, okay, I accept that I can change myself. but I cannot change others. And as long as they want to take help, you can take them with you. You can help them to go through their own way. You cannot change their life. You cannot do better for them. And the point for me is, do not feel guilty to evolve first. It is okay to evolve, and we should all strive to always change and improving our lives. Second point, do not feel worried or guilty about leaving people behind. Doesn't mean, oh, if I see you, I will never talk to you again. No, it just means that you keep some distance because now you are in a different trip. And I see it as taking the metro. You go in one stop, people jump on it. You go through many stops together. And at some point, they will have to go out the stop. And you will continue. New people will come in. And you can still call them, the other guys back and understand and be nice and talk. But you will understand as well that you can just not bring them with you everywhere of the way. And you have to make your pieces with that. So don't be afraid to grow or being judged about it. Don't be afraid. Second, don't feel guilty about leaving people behind. Understand and accept. And lastly, utilize places like these to be your best every time. Thank you very much.
Now we just have an inspiration for our inner changes. Yeah, and now I would like to remind you that a small donation of 100 rubles for club expenses is welcome, and we have right on the table small box for donation, and also you can transfer by phone number. And now we are going to go to the table topic session. Is a speech session for impromptu performance, where our guests could practice their public speaking skills and just try themselves in this activity. So please welcome on stage Ekaterina Dymova.
Hi guys, how are you today? Great, it's nice. So I love this topic. It's wonderful. Yeah, learning. Can you hear me? Yeah. Speak up. Okay. So as I told you last session, it was my icebreaker, by the way, and probably somebody, do you remember? No, why not? So I think learning is my next name, second name, something. Learning, I learn all the time, something new. I feel guilty if I don't learn something, and I feel kind of get stuck if I, again, learn something new every single day. And I should say from my experience that learning by teaching is really the best, not maybe the best, but the most effective way to learn. That's why I prepared a job offers for anyone who will take the stage. And the rules actually very simple. You are going to pull out some card. It's job offers, by the way. And I'm going to offer you a teaching position in some particular subject. And don't worry, you don't have to be an expert in this particular subject, because, you know, maybe even on the contrary, it will be much interesting if you don't an expert. I'm an expert, by the way, in maybe 2, 3, or 5, maybe, you know, but it's not necessary, of course. So who is the most brave person here? Yeah, you can go. Yeah. Just 1 minute. Yeah, I forgot to say the rules. Yeah. First of all, I should to encourage you to use a word of the day, which we don't have today, if I remember.
So the word of the day is now.
Something, yeah,
That's
yeah.
okay.
Secondly, when you take the stage, please call your name.
Okay.
It's enough.
Okay.
Yeah, just introduce yourself. Third of all, you have 30 minutes, 30 seconds, yeah, to prepare your speech, and you have up to 2 minutes to speak.
Okay.
And at the end of the session, we are going to vote for the best speaker of table.
So half a minute to prepare.
Yes.
I have at my disposal. Okay.
Yeah.
Physical education.
Yeah, so.
Okay. So okay. My name is Yuri. So the question is, what are the particular rules? So just
You're a teacher. You
just
should.
okay. It's unexpectedly to me. I'm appointed as a teacher of physical education.
It's okay. It's
Okay.
wonderful. Yeah. It's
Okay.
the main point.
Okay. I'll try to take 2 minutes sharp. So I'm the teacher of physical training. Well, the most interesting fact, I actually was a nerd at school, and I even was so much nerdy that I managed to graduate school with a silver medal. And the most interesting fact, despite my being a nerd, I was appointed as responsible for physical education at my class, at one of my classes. So, okay, I implement wrestling, judo, mandatory element of physical education, because I know such a kind of sport is not popular usually at schools. So, and I felt offended that I was studying sambo and judo for several years, and I could not show off myself because at school there were only volleyball, basketball, but not wrestling. And so once I am appointed as a responsible for physical education, I implement judo as a mandatory element of physical education at school. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Who's next? This well.
May I?
Next teacher.
Sorry, chemistry.
Please teach us. What is your name?
Andrei. Yeah. Nice to meet you all. Can I use my 30 seconds, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Well, unfortunately, I don't really know anything about chemistry. Like, I don't remember much from school. What I can say is, if you see some unknown liquids, you better don't try to smell them, or even worse, drink them. So the first rule at the chemistry class: don't drink anything that you haven't brought with you, with yourself. What's next? Just try to look like you know what you're doing. And if something blows up, just say that it was your neighbor or your classmate or something like this. And then the third lesson would be take a tutor, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
It's a good subject. Yeah, take a tutor.
May I participate?
Wonderful.
So
Please
I
tell
am
me one number from 1 to 10. To 10.
So
From 1, can you say from 1 to 10, what is the number? What is your favorite number?
number 3,
Number 3. Yeah, okay.
what is the question?
Yeah, congratulations. You're a teacher of geography.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, please teach us a little bit.
It's a wonderful choice for me because I like geography, and in my life there was a lot of travels. That's why I felt geography as a part of my own character. And I continue traveling, visiting new places of geography in our country and abroad. And for example, this summer, I'm going to visit different places. Number 1, the place between our wonderful cities, Pskov and Veliki Luki, full of lakes, full of forests. So I hope to enjoy there. And in August, I'm going to swim from St. Petersburg to Moscow using the ship. And it will be, I hope it will also be a wonderful journey. So my appeal, yes, I understand. My appeal to all participants of this meeting, respect geography in your life. At any rate, the way I did during my life. Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
My name is Allah. Allah.
Allah. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It was so inspirational. You know, lead by example. Yeah, but in your case, I think teach by your example. Yeah, am I right? So it's wonderful. I would like to travel a lot. I also love it. Who next? Oh.
Music.
Oh, congratulations. Do you know something?
Yeah, I've heard some. I've heard some music there. Okay, so as music teacher, so what can I teach you actually? Yeah, first of all, I want to start with something really simple and standard. Okay, so the music is very important. Yeah, so like as every other subject, but I'm today the teacher of music, so I will say the music is very important. And the music actually helps you to develop your kind of the emotional intellect, because you listen to things, and music is some kind of story, yeah, which is not in the words but in the sounds. And one interesting fact actually about the music, I just reminded actually that you know that we actually listen the music by this side of our brain, yeah, and then we become old or our brains degrade. This is the last part which is degrade actually. So because the music is the only thing actually that comes to our mind directly to the brain without any interpretation. Like this, you need to understand the picture. You need to kind of look at it, and it goes through your eyes, and the music goes directly to your mind. And there was actually a story about a what's the name? Actually, great Russian painter, Rubens, Russian painter.
There are a lot of
Серов. Да, во время Серова был. Метрополь сделали. Врубель. Да. Thank you. And actually, he was decorating the panels for the theater, and he got the main brain damage, and he couldn't recognize the people absolutely. And when his friends came to him in the hospital, he didn't recognize them, couldn't speak to him. But to try to kind of connect with him, they played him the music for the part of the music for the opera he decorated, and he remembered them actually for just maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes. But he started to smile and actually recognize them only for the 2 minutes. So I'm not want to kind of connect it to this kind of problem, but just want to kind of show that the music is really kind of have some huge power on people.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much. Yeah, you're right. From my school, I also remember any subject, any teacher told us, my subject is the most important, it's the best subject. So yeah, and I didn't know about all this stuff, which is, yeah, it's very interesting. Thank you so much. Who is next?
Actually, I hate these. It's something like formulas. Well, it's a great time to be back. Toastbusters. I've never been here 4 years, I believe, so I can count. And it's most wonderful things about physics, because you have to count and you have to understand the nature. So if I physics teacher, which I don't know in which timeline I will try to explain teachers to connection between numbers.
Closer to the microphone, please.
Okay, and connection with nature effects, which they have to measure. So physics is about measuring our life. So it's understanding the processes which are going through them. It's understanding the events that affect them. So it's first part of physics. And second part of physics, I try to teachers love this subject because my my physics teachers was so harsh that I don't know if anyone from our class loved subject. And only after some years I understand the value of the subject. So it's the second part. And the third part is public speaking ability. So they don't afraid to go to the table to learn something, formulas, to write it down, and to find out the connections in our life. Thank you.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much. Oh, the last one. Yeah, okay. Who is the last one? Great.
Stepan, my name is Pavel. Hello. My purpose of my life is swimming. You know, I spent more time for trying to understand what it means. Maybe about 40 years. And I want to say swimming is a really good activity for your life, for your body, for your mind. And you need to, maybe you know, our activity of all of us as a human is only walking, running, swimming, or some other physical activities. But if we're trying to understand how much muscles we use for walking or for swimming or other activity, we we can understand that swimming is the first place of using your body, muscles of your body. Thank you too. No. Yes, no.
Great, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for everyone who took the stage. It was wonderful. Yeah, and please vote for the best speaker right now, not at the end. Yeah. Right now. Yeah.
Tell us about the way.
Okay. But for online, what is the best way? Okay, on the agenda, we have a special QR code. Right one. Yeah, vote for the best table topic. You can use it. And as for online, okay, they have the same. Okay, that's it. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much for this amazing speech session, table topics. And after the evaluation session, we will find out who is the winner. So, but now I would like to present you the general evaluator who will give a feedback and the whole report and invite personal evaluators is Anna Rubinina. Welcome on stage.
Okay, dear guests, Toastmasters, today we have a very interesting topic, learning by teaching. And in the first half of our meeting, we learned by practicing and by listening. Now we're going to learn by getting feedback. And as Anna said, it's not always easy to get something valuable from the feedback, to accept it and to implement it further. So my role for today is to give feedback to all role takers and to help to hold the second part of the meeting. And we'll start with the personal evaluators of our speakers with prepared speeches, right? Mm-hmm. And the first is going to be Tatyana Gladysheva, and she will evaluate Martina's speech. Tatyana.
Good luck. Thank you, Anna. Dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, dear Martino. Martino, you're back. Okay. First of all, thank you very much for an interesting topic. I would say it's a hot, burning topic because everyone wants to know how to become rich, right? We all do. And the main objective of your speech was mastering of intonation. And I think you have reached that objective successfully. Another point I would like to mention in terms of positive feedback is, as a matter of fact, you had pretty long speech, almost 12 minutes, right? And you almost didn't use any filler words. You did use some, but according to the longevity of your speech, that wasn't too many of them. Okay, and now let's go to your areas to improve. The first thing I got is when you started your presentation, you said, I would like to share some information with you about the book I have recently read. And you started to tell us the story from your book. And I think that's my opinion, and it can be subjective, but I think if you could have used like a question, okay, guys, please raise your hands, those of you who want to be rich, attract the audience, involve audience in your speech, do some kind of add colors to your speech, add some interactions, capture our attention. So at the beginning of your speech, you didn't have any like capturing points. You started like, okay, here it is the book, and here it is the story, the information from the book. And now let me ask the audience, who remembers the title of the book Martino has read? Millionaire's Fastlane. That's the title of the speech. What was the title of the book? Did you say that?
Yeah, I said that.
I didn't get that. No one got.
Ay.
Okay, who remembers the name of the author? The name of the author who wrote the book?
I do.
You do. Okay, we don't. We don't. Shame on you, Martino. We don't remember. These are probably the main points. And so if you share the information about the book, it's really important that okay, what's the purpose of the speech, of your speech, any speech? First of all, you want to make your speech memorable. And after we leave this room, what should we do about the information you told us about for 12 minutes? We want to go home and find this book and read it. And since we don't know the name, since we don't know the author, so you basically didn't reach the main points.
It's written.
Huh?
It's written there.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, and I'll be brief. I also didn't catch clear structure and clear idea. So you basically told us about the book, but you didn't structure it. So you didn't leave us with the feeling, make either reading this book or want to know more about this topic. Let me ask you a quick question. Have you delivered this speech before?
No.
I have such a feeling I heard something similar from you, no?
No, that was Tim Ferriss. That was the 4 hours work week. But this is better than that.
Okay.
Forget about that book, read this one.
Okay, see, I remember something, but I don't remember very well. So that's my opinion. I can be subjective, but I recommend you to deliver this project again. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Was I too strict?
No. It's just I didn't say the name of the book because if people like it, they will ask me, right? If they want to read it. Okay. It means that my speech was not interesting, so no one asked me. So that's the main thing, right?
We can chat later.
Okay, what I recommend, Martina, you are at the 3rd level, right?
Think so.
Think so. Okay, we'll check. So at this point, I think you can listen to the evaluator, and I recommend you to talk with her and discuss all the points, and she might help you as a mentor to prepare the speech. Yes?
Yes.
I agree.
Yes. I think it would be good. So to listen to these points. And what I would recommend also to show us the book. Have you got it, or you have it?
I have it on Kindle.
Okay, so you might show us the slide or print, as you know, Myles do all these props. Yes, it would
Anna, you know what is the problem? The people who have the millionaire mindset, they go look for things. They don't expect from someone else.
Okay.
Right?
So we lack this attitude.
Okay, we don't want to be millionaire.
Just kidding,
millionaires.
just kidding, guys. You complete all the suggestions are very well accepted. Thank you.
And you know what?
It's just very difficult to shrink everything in one presentation. Yeah, I could have spoken for 20 minutes, really. So yeah.
Okay, Martina, thank you. Thank you for the speech. And we're carry on. And who is next? No. Tak, okay. The next evaluator is Daniil Zakharov. He's going to evaluate Myles' report, right? Are you here?
Yes.
Yes, Daniel.
Dear Toastmasters, the most distinguished guests, dear Myles, the purpose of your project was less than ordinary. It has been to be aware of your thoughts and feelings, to analyze the impact of those thoughts and feelings on you, to record them into the diary, and to deliver a report in the form of a speech. First of all, let me congratulate you on what I think has been a fantastically accomplished project. You started in your usual gregarious way, referring to the local colorful language of the Canadian Indians, and immediately dived into the details of your diary. You gave us the dates, the names, and the exact details of the meetings that you had. That was very methodical. Well done on that. You also analyzed your feelings, and you have, in the exactly diary-like way, more like sometimes a stream of consciousness in the concentric circles, you gave us a whole plethora, a whole magnitude, a whole diversity of your thoughts, feelings, emotions, and different other kind of perceptions. What's most important is that you have managed to build the bridge between the gratitude and the attitude. And that is something that may be not only important to you, but that perhaps is also relevant and very useful and helpful to everyone else sitting in this audience. And thank you very much to you for this. Your props, as Madam General Evaluator has already mentioned, have been exemplary. And your gestures and your standing up manner of delivering your speech and the vocal variety, I think, have been exemplary. What perhaps could have been done slightly differently is the structure of your speech has not been very clear to me at times, but that may have been necessitated by the concentric way of the diary-like feelings. And I think being the PR Vice President for Public Relations of the club and being so skillful in speech crafting, you know very well where your areas for improvements are, and you can further locate them yourselves. Congratulations on this speech. Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Daniel. You know, your report was almost the time as the speaker's speech. So you had a lot of things to say. And I would say that your report was exemplary. Great word. Okay, and the next evaluation is going to be for Anna Gonzales by Alina Tsygankova.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Anna, dear Anna. So you, as always, did your speech very well. So it was inspired. Your gestures was great. You use all you see, and you your eye contact was very specific. You see into eye, you look into all eyes, and the purpose of your speech was to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech. So it was well-organized speech. You prepared, you began from question to the audience. It was good start. And it was good transitions in the middle of the speech and good conclusion. And you mentioned 3 points that is easy to remember, so it was good. Yes, the project was done. But I want to say just one thing you have to improve for your next speech. And I think this was not, everyone has noticed it tonight, that you came a little bit late. And for now, our brilliant Toastmaster of the evening found the way how to give you time to breathe out and to prepare for your speech. But we don't know what will be next time. So please manage your time. And it's not connected with your speech, but it's connected with your presentation. So you feel good, you come a little bit early and breathe out. So it's my wishes for you for next time.
I also asked to evaluate the use of my voice.
Yes, vocal variety, very great. Yes, I wrote it here. I can give you my notes, but I didn't say it. Yes, vocal variety was great. By time. Yeah. So good project. Go further. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Alina. I'm sorry, I will leave your evaluation without any comments, okay? You look great. Okay, so now my general comments on the meeting and on some role takers. Let's start with the Toastmaster, Stepan. We're very glad to have such an honorable guest, the president of the World Surface Club. Yes. And I really like that you prepared for your role. Even if you are a president, you just prepared. And I liked this topic wasn't common, actually. And I like that you took it from your personal experience, and congratulations with your new jobs responsibilities. And we can see how you started this. And I'm sure that in a couple of months, you'll improve this, and Toastmasters will help you in being a business trainer, right? So I like the topic. And so your personal story, yes, that's a good example of how you can grow. The next person is Table Topics Master. Katerina, that was your first time. Yes, congratulations on this. Was it difficult? No? Okay, so you managed well. One thing I want to ask people, to raise your hand, though people who understood the task from the start, who understood what should you do, they should do. Pavel, okay, so a couple. So for me, it wasn't clear that what should we do with this card. So with it, should we? So or probably from the third or the fourth speaker, I understood that you have to say what you're going to teach, right? So it wasn't clear from the start. So the first people were I think at a loss. No. Okay, but so the idea was very good. Just make it clear. Try to make it clear. And for all, just a reminder for all who's going to take this role, explain the rules, especially timer rules at the beginning, and at the end, don't don't forget to about the voting. Yes, because someone's gonna win this session. Okay, we don't have any role takers, so it's time. Okay, you were amazing. Amazing. Why were you amazing? Because your short speech had a message at the end. So teach, teach what you know, and display of words at the end was great. Teach and not cheat. That was very, as a full stop. Thank you. Good job. So now it's time for the report of the timer, right? Pavel, are you ready?
Yes, of course. Okay, let's put all duck in row. Right now we have 9 p.m. 9 p.m. and 2 minutes. It's mean that our our meeting ended a little earlier than in our meeting plan. But unfortunately, when we listen some speeches, people had violations of time. For example, Martino and Myles, you spent more than 1 minute bigger than you can. But other people don't be in time. For example, Anna, it's perfect. It's only 7 minutes. No more seconds. No. And I think my report is out. Is end. Thank you.
Okay, Pavel, great report. The only thing I would like to suggest, not only for you, but for all the people and for the officers also, probably to set the camera a little bit further. And for Pavel, so you, not for Pavel, for everyone, ignore these people. Because when you want to talk to them, they see your back actually on the screen. So if you want to speak with them, look at the audience. So make the audience, put them in the first place. Yes? Yes, so don't turn back. Only if you need to see the reaction. But so focus on the reaction of the audience. Okay, because you stood like this and people from the audience saw your side. Yeah. Huh? No, the camera. Now I'm talking to the camera, but you, is it okay that I stand like this? Yeah. So move the camera, and for the speakers, talk to the audience. That we. Right?
Sorry, even if the mic, this one here, the camera is a little bit closer, you can totally switch from looking at the audience and looking at the camera, so it's very concept.
Yeah, okay. That is just the advice for presentation. Okay, so we don't have a quiz master today, so I prepared 5 questions for you. Okay. The first one is easy. We have already mentioned it. So what new job responsibilities Stepan got recently?
President of
Job. No. Business trainer. Okay. What's the first? Right. So we don't remember the name of the book Martina recommended us. We discussed it for a couple of minutes. What was the name?
Millionaire FASTLANE. Millionaire FASTLANE.
Martina, is that right?
The Millionaire FASTLANE. The Millionaire FASTLANE is the name of is the title. Is the title of my speech.
Okay. He also mentioned 3 paths a person can take to become rich. What are they? What types of these paths can be? Huh?
Cycle with the main road and FASTLANE.
Martina, did you hear the?
No, I cannot hear what the people saying.
Okay, can you say it louder?
Sidewalk, the main road, and FASTLANE. But the main
There's
road,
side lane, side lane, fast lane, and the second?
I don't remember exactly. Something like highway or something, maybe main road.
It's sidewalk, slow lane, and fast lane.
Slow lane.
Slow lane.
Slow lane.
Fast lane, slow lane, and sidewalk. Okay. Oh, dark. Myles. Myles, I think you won't answer this question. So he said that people play on a string, can play on a string of. Right. Memory. Okay. What metaphor Anna used when she compared a situation when you have to leave people behind? No. So she talked about a saying. No, it wasn't a saying. It was a situation.
Yeah, that's the metaphor to say. It's like work hard.
No, I mean, you said it's like if you are in this situation. Yes. Taking an underground.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
Catch?
Right.
Okay, and what was the famous Russian artist, Daniel?
Rubin.
Oh. Yes. Does anybody know what's his most famous picture? Yes. Who was that? You? Okay. No, okay, that's all. As for the, no, that's not all. Tatyana, that was your first time as the president. You opened the meeting, yes. You prepared, you welcomed newcomers. So congratulations on your first day. And we were on start. We started on time. That's perfect. Yeah, not almost. We started on time. Yes, and you set all this equipment. That's unimaginable. Yeah, so it's time for Tatyana to close the meeting.
Thank you. Okay, here it is about time to announce the winner of the table topic. And it's the person it's a teacher who advertised his subject. That was music. Daniel. Come to the stage, we're gonna take a picture and I'm gonna give you a ribbon.
Thank you.
You can dance for the audience.
I can play you something.
Say that.
Huh?
Maybe you can sing teacher of music.
Yes. It's a kind of public speaking, not public dancing.
Here it is. Keep it. Picture. Thank you. And let me remind you that if you'd like to, you are more than welcome to donate 100 rubles for the development of our club. And next meeting is going to be held in 2 weeks from today, and it is going to be July 22nd, if I'm not mistaken. 20th. You're right, 20th, July 20th. And for those of you who have not, who have had fun tonight, but want to have more fun, we invite you to the after party. Never been there, by the way, but it's gonna be fun, I'm sure. And finally, let's take a photo, all of us together.
If you want to take roles.
For the next meeting, please sign up with Anna, Anna, Vice President Education. Okay. Let's take a photo. Thank you.
Oh, let's make a space for them to here as well. So we can put stand there, here, and there. So they can also, you know, who wants to work. But yeah, maybe some of the boys want to be here. Yeah, like, oh, it's not. Maybe you want to sit here. No. You can, maybe she's not very comfortable. So she can stay here because we need to give the space for the guys to here. But we need people in this side too, so can everyone. More people in this side. You come this way. So that they also. Wait, what are the pictures?
What about
Where we say more unquiet, some of the picture. Anna, come on this way. So we can hear. Come on here. Yes, so we come on here. This time. Yes, now you're shy. Yes, we can all hear. We got a lady flat on the floor. With the apple.
Cheese.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay.
I should have been much better. I don't know. Thanks for holding me.
Martino, goodbye.
Пока-пока, до свидания. Короче, пойдет сейчас к coffee house.
Beer house.
Party time or not?
Tina, are you going to come back?
I don't know. Things are hard now. Let's see. I hope so. Challenging. The flight to getting to Moscow nowadays is very complicated. Let's see.
You should go through Tallinn or or Helsinki. It's very easy that way.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, hopefully we will
And we're from everywhere.
ag again live.
If you don't have, shouldn't get if you have.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Curious passport.
Пока-пока, до свидания всем.
It's a curious passport. I don't have children. Like a dual citizenship. A US passport as well as passport.
But fly is more like about thinking that there's no problem with passports and stuff. Just the flights, they don't go from Moscow to Europe anymore. So yeah, going to Tallinn.
So from Moscow to Tallinn,
You
there
can
are
go to
some
Tallinn, you can go to
flights.
St. Petersburg, and from St. Petersburg take the bus.
How can you get to Thailand? By
What I know is that people get to St. Petersburg by train, and then they just look for a bus that takes you in a very nice, fancy way, because to Helsinki or to Tallinn, whatever, and from there you take a normal flight. Yes. Or if you go to Europe. No, it's a lot farther, yes, it's more expensive. All the way from Estonia, also Belarus, train to Minsk, then a bus to Vilnius. It's not drop off. There's too much. No, but it's easier to go to the fast train, it's 4 hours, 3 hours. You can then take the bus to take you. I was in one. So the bus from St. Petersburg. Yeah, I took one from the Petersburg Express, and it's very nice and it's very comfortable. You can. Yeah, now it's not together. And they take the center of the city, whatever. I went to Helsinki, cross, and then you back a regular flight for a European price, which is cheaper than flying to Europe. So it's not I thought Europe was so far. It's like 4 hours flight. It's 17,000 something. That's all.